What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV. Another international break done and dusted, and time to concentrate on Tottenham once again. Aston Villa at home in the Premier League.
Start of 7 games in 22 days.
Unbelievable. So we got our work cut out for us as much as the team, really. So
who's worked harder? Us or the team?
I'm very much looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward to these next 7 games in 22, and then another international break comes around pretty soon after that. But yeah, we got a lot to get through on this stream. We're going to be looking at Madison's unbelievable start of recovery video from his ACL a bit later on in the stream. But without further ado, let's get into a Tottenham update to kick us off today. And we're going to start off talking about the team news that Thomas Frank delivered in the press conference. And he said Kolo Muani trained with the team for 2 weeks now. He's looking better and better and is in contention for the weekend. So brilliant news on Kolo.
Yeah, and it's almost like he's kind of, no one's really talked about him because he's come in, he had 10 minutes against Villarreal, got injured with that dead leg. He's been out for 3 weeks, so he's kind of been the forgotten man. But I believe he's a player who's going to make a big impact in this team, and is someone who we don't really have the qualities in the other strikers with someone like him. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him in the team, but he hasn't trained much with the team altogether. It's going to take a bit of time, so I'm not expecting him to start this weekend or anytime soon, but I can't wait for him to get up to speed.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a case of getting him minutes off the bench, getting him up to speed, getting him match fit. And once he gets to that, the match fitness which is required, then I think you'll probably start seeing him start some games. But I'm hoping he can make an impact off the bench, at least at some point. Next up, regarding Dominic Solanke, he said Dom's progressed well post-surgery and is moving forward. He looks better and better. When he first came, he still needs to get to that higher level. That's not to say he can't play a part tomorrow, but he needs time to get back up there. And he's not talking about the game because the game's not tomorrow, it's training.
I watched the press conference. I think that quote has been misattributed to Solanke. I think he's talking about Muani.
I see.
When I watched it, so I don't know why people think he's talking about Solanke with that
quote.
But what worrying thing about Solanke was he was asked, is he going to play before the next international break? And he wouldn't confirm whether he would or not. So doesn't sound like he's confident. He said he's taking everything day by day, week by week with Dom. He's training alone. Obviously, it wasn't long ago we saw him back on the grass, and then he had a relapse, didn't he? He had to have surgery, and now we're where we are with him. So let's just hope he's back as soon as possible. I think he's also a massive player for us, and goes under the radar how much he kind of improved us when he was playing last season. You got to remember, in the run in our Europa League run, obviously he had that injury in January, and he came back and I thought, was scoring goals last season in the back end. I think you got to remember he went on a little run back end of last season. I think 5 goals in the last 8 games, so he was in good form. But obviously these injuries, for some reason, he's come to Tottenham and he's been riddled with injuries when he was absolutely injury free beforehand. So it's been gutting, but let's hope he's back as soon as possible. Do you think we'll see him before the next international break?
I have no clue. I have literally no clue. I really hope so, because I think he's a player at the start of the season that we've missed a lot, to be honest. I think Richarlison obviously has done well in parts. In a few games he's done really well. But in the last couple of games he's really flattered to deceive, and Tell's got his chance. He took it well last week. But I just feel like Dom Solanke just adds a bit more than what Richarlison does in that number 9 position, so I think we've missed him quite a bit at the start of the season. So look, we've got Muani coming back, so hopefully he can add something extra as well, but we just need everyone available, don't we?
I think Solanke offers you a bare minimum, whereas Richarlison, when he's bad, he's almost anonymous, whereas if Solanke's bad, it's like his finishing is off and stuff, but most games he's still going to offer you that strength off the ball, that pressing and all that kind of stuff.
The reality is there with Dom Solanke, whenever he's playing, you notice him. You notice he's there. He's always, fighting so hard for the team. Even if he's playing bad, he's always tiring out defenders, isn't he? Where Richarlison, like you say, he goes a bit missing sometimes, and sometimes you don't even notice he's there. So, we need Dom Solanke back. And last but not least, he's talked about Bissouma, and he said Bis unfortunately picked up a ligament issue with the national team and will be out for a few weeks. And we all saw that clip. We spoke about it on our international roundup. He came on, and within a minute, a big clattering challenge in the back of him, and it didn't look good. He had to be stretchered off. He's saying a few weeks, but looking at that injury, it seemed like a bit longer than a few weeks.
Yeah, we'll see. If it's more serious, it could be more serious than that, but obviously it's not long till January. I don't know if he's eyeing up a move when that window opens, or if anyone's going to be interested if he's got a serious injury. But yeah, gutting for him. Massive shame. Obviously, probably unlikely to feature anyway for us, given the level of midfielders we have, and he's out of favour at the moment. But just for him personally, considering how things have gone over the last few months, to pick up another serious injury just off the back of returning from an injury has got to be a bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, that is the team news going into the game. So apart from that, I think we got a clean bill of health. Actually, I don't think he's going to be in contention to play the game, but Radu Dragusin's back fit.
Yeah, he didn't mention him. Obviously, he's been training for the last few weeks with the team on the grass. So it's just about picking a moment now, isn't it? I think he said himself, didn't he? I'm ready. I feel ready, but it's about just picking that right moment to reintroduce him.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see him anytime soon, but it's good that he's back training.
I reckon it could be before the next international break.
Maybe. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll see.
He said it could be another 2 weeks, it could be a month, but I reckon if he's feeling fit, I reckon it won't be too long.
He's been feeling fit for the last 2 weeks, though, hasn't he?
Right, exactly. So that's why it won't be too long.
I don't know who he's going to play instead of, though.
From that point of view, yeah, but I'm not saying he'll start, but I reckon we'll start seeing him get minutes, be on the bench, I reckon, in the near future. I'm not saying this weekend, but I reckon before the next international break.
We'll see about that. Next up, Football Italia says that Fabio Paratici still has plans to bring back Leonardo Gabbanini back to Tottenham, and those conversations are ongoing. Gabbanini has continued working with Paratici as a consultant as for other clubs in Italy. So basically, Paratici has been a consultant for us, and Gabbanini has been a consultant for Paratici all this time. But yeah, Paratici was the one that brought in Gabbanini when he first came. I think it was in 2022. And obviously, I don't know what happened, why Gabbanini lost his job, or did he leave, or did the club sack? I don't know what happened.
He stands in solidarity with Don Fabio.
I see. Was that when Don Fabio got his ban, and then he left as well? I don't know the actual situation, but a lot of fans hold Gabbanini in quite high regard. I think the players that he scouted once or when he came to the club, and the players that are still in our first team 11 now, just shows what a good job they did do. Yeah,
and I think he's clearly got an eye for a player, and he's very, very talented. So if he's coming back under the stewardship of Don Fabio, I think they work well together. So
the dream team, they're calling it.
Getting the Italians back together.
Yeah, exactly. Getting the band back together. So we'll watch his space on Gabbanini. We'll watch his space on Gabbanini. I wouldn't be surprised if he does return to the club as like a head scout or something like that. But there was a fan forum last night with, I think so, Kuti was there, Ben Davis was there, Frank was there, Vinay was there, and Johan Lang was there,
and as well the Beth England,
and the Martin Ho, the manager of the women's team, and also Don Fabio was there, but he just wasn't on the panel. He was just sitting
around, watching.
He was sitting in the front row with his earpiece in, and
on the phone. He was got a phone.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of interesting stuff coming. When they announce and when they release the official video, we'll bring it to you and we'll react to it. But one quote I wanted to bring to you guys today was on Harry Kane and Ivan Toney. And he says, let's put it this way. They're two very, very good players, both of them. Harry Kane is a legend. I said it in the press conference the other day. If he wants to come back, he's more than welcome. And then he said, of course, Ivan Toney, I coached for a few years. Top player, top guy, very good striker. Let's see what happens in the future. Leaving the door open to both.
Not saying no, is he? Obviously, he's repeating what he said before about Harry Kane. And we know that if anyone gets a chance to get Harry Kane back at this club or have Harry Kane in your team, you jump at the chance, you grab it with both hands, won't you? So you're never going to shut the door to that one. When it comes to Toney, obviously he's talking about a former player of his, and he seems like the type of guy who's always going to speak highly of players he's coached before. And look, who knows if it's a realistic option, if he's ever even thinking about coming back right now. But you never say never. If our strikers aren't doing it, and he's an option, I wouldn't be surprised if we return to him.
Yeah, I think Toney, look, he's earned his money now. You know what I mean? It's time to come home. It's time
home. He's Tottenham
to England. To England. England is home. He's English, and also home to a manager which got the best out of him. I would love to see Ivan Toney at Spurs. I think he's a really good level striker. I think he is better. I can't say about Muani, but I'm talking about Solanke and Richarlison. I think he is a higher level striker than those two. But well, look, like Frank says, we'll have to wait and see what happens in the future. It's interesting though that most managers, when talking about players at other clubs, they're just like, I don't like to comment at players at other clubs. But Frank doesn't seem to be too bothered about that.
Yeah, he's willing to. Look, he's a player coach before, so he has that relationship, doesn't he? But look, we'll see. I don't think it's going to happen in January. You never know. Look, football's a game that moves fast. If maybe Solanke and Muani just haven't scored a goal, or for Richarlison as well, and they're really struggling, and we're like, okay, we just need to get someone who's going to put the ball in the net, and maybe we turn to Toney on a short-term loan deal, or something happens. Maybe Richarlison gets a big move to Orlando in Jan, and we're looking at a striker. You never know what happens in football. I find it hard to believe, though, in the next few months, something that drastic is going to happen where Toney comes in. But you never know.
Yeah. Well, a lot of drastic things have been happening
Absolutely
at Spurs
right.
over the last year that you probably would have said, I can't see that happening.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
And last but not least, L'Equipe are reporting that Eric Dier has suffered a muscular injury in training and now will miss Monaco's Champions League fixture against Tottenham Hotspur next week, which... On one hand, it's a shame not to see him and to have that kind of moment. However, on the other hand, I was thinking last week that this guy is going to absolutely have a stormer against us and probably going to score. We saw him, the way he played against Man City a couple of weeks ago and scored the equaliser from the penalty spot. And even, I think he won the penalty as well.
Yeah, high foot, wasn't it?
So
he was got some tips from Kane on taking penalties, and he obviously scored one against Colombia as well.
No, he's a good penalty taker. He's a good set piece taker in general.
He's always had a good strike on the ball.
So yeah, on one hand, I'm kind of happy about it. Not happy that he's got an injury, but happy that he's going to miss the game. But on another hand, I kind of would have liked that moment.
We've been denied a worldie, I think. He's going to have the best game. Do you think his stock has risen massively since leaving Spurs? We were so happy to get rid of him, weren't we?
Yeah.
And then he actually did quite well at Bayern. Tuchel was starting him a lot. They got to the Champions League semi-final, and he was brilliant in that run. Obviously, he's now gone to Monaco, where he's playing really well at the moment. They seem to really like him there. So, look, any chance between now and the World Cup, he puts himself in the frame with Tuchel, his former manager.
I don't know. I mean, you're looking at centre-backs that England have got. Not too many, to be honest, but you've got Gehi, Konsa, Stones, Maguire to a certain extent. Who else is there?
Gehi, Maguire, Stones, Joe Gomez.
Yeah, so there's not actually that many. So
and he's got experience, that experience, and Tuchel knows him well.
He hasn't called him up yet, though.
No, he hasn't called him up.
And I think it's probably quite telling that he hasn't called him up because there's been opportunities to do so, and he hasn't been favoured, and he's been playing well, particularly at Bayern Munich. So if he had him in his thinking, I think he probably would have called him up by now.
Well, he's only just joined Monaco last season as well with Company. He was a bit out of favour, wasn't he? So maybe if he keeps playing well with Monaco, maybe. You never know. Never say never. Do you reckon, I was thinking about this the other day, with how it ended at Tottenham, he said he wanted his ashes spread across the Tottenham Stadium. With how it ended, how he was kind of pushed out, do you reckon he still does?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think
he's still, Tottenham's is still
I don't think he would feel
in his heart.
I don't think he would feel bitter about the way it ended at Spurs. I think players know that's just part and parcel of the game. He still spent, a large chunk of his career at Tottenham, had some great times at Tottenham, and I think he holds Tottenham very close to his heart.
But he said when he left, he felt like, with how it ended, he had a point to prove and stuff. He felt he was like shunted out of it.
But I think all players will feel like that, when
That's
leaving.
Saying,
but I don't think it kind of sours the good memories that he had at Tottenham. I think a lot of players, this does happen to a lot of players, and I don't think it might feel sour initially, but then when it's all said and done and you look back on things, I think he'll only look back at his time at Tottenham positively. But look, that is your Tottenham update. Let us know in the comments section below your thoughts regarding all the updates today. I just saw a comment. Where was it? Yeah, he says from Binny Guy. It says, buy Lee from PSG this winter, Ben. I
Yeah,
need to
why
buy.
not?
I need to buy him.
You do it
I need to buy him.
for your personal Sunday League team. Or
Yeah, exactly. What, for my ultimate team?
Ultimate? No, you're launching a Sunday League team. You got to get Lee. And Mero Vigian says, "Is Sim ever well? He always has a cold. Maybe get the op Brian had." Yeah,
Not a bad
I
shout, to
can't
be
seem
fair.
to shake this. Whatever's going on at the moment.
It's been months.
Oh, no, okay, not months. About a month. It's not good. But hopefully, look, everyone seems to be on a moment in the UK. But let's hope I can start to shake it soon. I don't know. It's just I'm blocked up. Sorry, guys. Don't know what to say. I'm trying to do everything I can. I've been to doctors. I'm taking things. I don't know.
Everyone wants to know
Any
your medical
suggestions?
history.
Any suggestions? I'm open to them.
He's just giving you a suggestion.
Have an op.
Yeah.
I don't think an op's going to help.
You never
What, to
know.
shake a cold.
You never know.
What kind of op is
Never
that?
know. The op that Brian had.
I don't think Brian had.
Clear your
a cold.
sinuses, mate.
Oh, I'll take an op. If there's an op that will clear me up, I'll do it.
Return to Normal just says, why don't you just stop vaping?
I did for about 3 weeks.
And it got better, no?
No,
No?
we didn't shake it.
Stop vaping. So vaping's bad for you.
You want to talk?
Yogi Bear says, drink water, take vitamins and eat veg.
I took vitamins this morning, thank you very much. And I
What
had
vitamins
to eat
did you
veg.
take?
Huh?
What vitamins did you take?
Vitamin D
Vitamin D.
and folic acid.
Folic acid. You should take one of those multivitamin.
Multivitamins. Yeah, I do. I have a pack of them as well.
It's all well and good having a pack. You've got to take them.
Yeah, I take them. I take my multivitamins.
Eat more red meat there.
Eat more red meat. I had full English this morning.
Full English.
Full English.
What was the meat on it?
Sausages.
Sausages.
Yeah, bit of red meat.
Not kosher, mate.
No, and hopefully Mum's not watching.
She definitely is. She's going to send in a super chat right now and say, why are you eating that?
Become a vampire. Whose blood am I sucking? Question for another day.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on from this conversation and let's focus on the game. Sunday, what was it, 2 o'clock kickoff at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But before we get into our predicted lineup, let's go to our sponsors, Betmate. We have a private pot going on with Betmate this weekend. £100 up for grabs, absolutely free to play. So if you want to join our pot, use the QR code on screen right now. The link is in the description below on the video. So it's completely free. As you can see there, first place £30, second place £16.50, and third place gets £9.60. And if you guys love playing FPL or any sort of fantasy league games, this is the game for you, because this really puts to test your football knowledge. It's a 7-a-side team. You have to pick in the team basically a minimum of one player from the other team. So that means you can pick 6 Spurs players, for example, and 1 Aston Villa player, or vice versa, or you can just do a mixture of the both. Let's go and have a look at the teams that we've picked. So let's go to Sim's team first.
This is my team, so I went for Emi Martinez in goal because I've got a feeling neither team keep a clean sheet, and I think Martinez is likely to make more saves than Vicario, and you get a point per save in this game. So save points are quite valuable. So I went for Emi Martinez. In defence, Destiny Doggy and Coutinho Romero, a mix of Romero, who may be likely to get involved in a lot of duels, and I think the Doggy could be very valuable in this game. I think with Villa's high line, him overlapping, getting him behind, could be good. Midfield, John McGinn, who gets involved in a lot of duels and tackles and whatever, and he's likely to maybe step up and potentially get a goal contribution. And Kudus as my captain, because he's just in great form, got his first goal against Leeds, and got goal and assist over international break. So I think it's going to go from strength to strength. And up front, I've gone for the pair who have been balling out over the international break, Tel and Odebear. I've gone for those two. I think Tel's going to start. I think both of them are going to continue their good form. So I've gone for those two.
My team, I've gone for Big Vic in goal. I think if anyone's going to keep a clean sheet, it is going to be Tottenham Hotspur, and I suspect that there will be a bit of goal action as well, and Villa might have Vicario might be called into action and make a number of saves on the day. In defence, I've gone the exact opposite to you. I've gone for Mickey van der Ven and Pedro Porro. I think it's kind of similar reasonings, but with their high line, I think Porro could catch them out with his balls from deep. He's going to be on set pieces as well. Mickey van der Ven, I think, he's been defending brilliantly this season. I think he's got so many points already for defensive contributions, maybe not in FPL, but in Betmate. I've gone for Mohamed Kudus as captain as well. Alongside Mohamed Kudus as captain, I've gone for Camara in the middle because he is always like an all-action midfielder that gets involved in so many duels and defensive contributions. And up top, I've gone for the same as you, Matisse Tell and Wilson Odobert, with Matisse Tell being my vice-captain. So the difference is between Betmate and FPL, you get a vice-captain, which is times 1.5 points. Then obviously the captain is double your points. So
yeah, my vice was a doggy.
A doggy, your vice. So yeah, really fun game to play. Money up for grabs. Nothing that you have to put into it as well. So use the QR code on screen, download the app, register, and join our private pot for the game.
Take us on.
Yeah, take us on, people.
Take us on. Try and beat us. Come on. We've been paid out a few times so far.
A couple of times, but there's been. I don't think we've won yet.
Haven't won yet.
We haven't won yet. So
clearly not that hard to
there's
beat
people
us,
out there. There's people out there winning money off us.
Exactly. So come on, try your hand. Try and beat us.
Yeah. All right. Let's go into our predicted lineup, and let's start off talking of the team news going into the game. So what have we got for team news?
So Randall Muani back, available and fit for the weekend. Confirmed by Thomas Frank in his press conference. So that is fantastic news. Everyone's really looking forward to seeing him because we just haven't really got a good look at him ever since he's come to Tottenham. Solanke still unavailable. He said he's progressing well. He's training alone, but still unavailable for this weekend. Basuma picked up a serious injury on international duty and affecting his ligaments. So in his knee, I think he said. So he is unavailable for the next few weeks. Dragusin, he didn't mention him, but he's obviously been training with the team over the last few weeks now. So we'll have to remain to see when he's going to be available. And obviously long-term absentees, Madison, Kulusevski, still unavailable for this weekend. Yeah,
so look, more positive on the Muani front. Like to see Solanke back.
And Takai, actually, you mentioned Takai. I think he should be available, I'm guessing. He was available before the international break.
Yeah, the guy needs a pre-season, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to play, but he's fit, I think.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he's on the bench or not. Takai, but look, we'll see what happens. Obviously, Basuma and Ben Davis out as well.
Davis, yes,
because Davis picked up a injury on international break, so it's kind of like some defenders coming back, another one goes out.
I didn't mention him as well. I didn't mention Davis.
Yeah. So look, that's the injuries. Let's get into the predicted lineup. 4-3-3 formation as per usual, and obviously in goal is going to be Vicario.
Yep. And he actually was talking a bit about Vicario in his press conferences. He was asked, does he think Vicario needs to be better from set pieces? He said no, he thinks he's good from set pieces. He thinks that's something he can improve on, but he's actually impressed him. He thinks he's good. He's made some big saves for us. So he's been talking up Vicario quite a lot. Obviously, he's a player who's come under a bit of criticism. But when you actually look at the data and the stats, he has saved us a lot this season. I think he's near the top when it comes to shots prevented and goals prevented, sorry. So, yeah, maybe people are going overboard with his criticism. But I think you can't deny some of the goals he has been at fault for recently.
It's interesting as well. I was reading an article on Football London, and they had some quotes from like Sammy Mockbell. And he was saying that inside the place, inside Tottenham, they believe that Antonin Kinski has regressed.
Regressed?
Yeah, they're saying that, since the back end of the season, coming out of the team last year, they've seen a bit of a change on him, and his progression has regressed, which is not great to hear.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't continue.
Yeah. But I mean, we're quite far away from the back end of last season, aren't we? And that article went up today. So that's the news on the goalkeepers. Right back is obviously going to be Pedro Porro, more or less ever present. I think he got rested for one game, but yeah, he's definitely starting.
Yeah, the only thing you would say is, it's crashed. The only thing you would say is two 90 minutes again for Spain. So is there a shout potentially of him needing a rest again? But he never seems to need a rest, does he? Pedro Porro, just always plays, always available. So important to our game. So I think he plays.
Yeah, and obviously moving into the defence alongside him, right centre back is going to be our captain, our leader, Cuti Romero.
Yeah, such an important player for us, isn't he? Another good international break for him. Captain to Argentina, so comes back with a bit of authority. And I think the way Villa play, he's going to be quite important in this game as well, because Villa like to push their line quite high. And I think his little dinks over the top, like he did for Bergvall, like he's done for Madison and other players, that's going to be quite important in this game. And Porro as well.
I feel like we say that every week about Cuti Romero. Oh, you know what? This game, he's going to be really important.
He is always he's just so important, isn't he?
Then alongside him, obviously, going to be Mickey van de Ven. Seems to be our player of the month pretty much every month in the performance ratings. Love him. Hopefully he gets a new contract soon. But yeah, he's playing unbelievably well.
Yeah, obviously probably up against Ollie Watkins this weekend, who's definitely a handful. But hopefully with Romero and Van de Ven, that balance should be able to be good enough to take care of him.
Now we move on to left back. It's obviously a toss-up between Destiny Udogie and Jed Spence. Jed obviously played very well for England during the international break. Destiny Udogie didn't get a minute, I don't think, for Italy over the course of the two games, so he'll be nicely rested. So, yeah, I think Destiny Udogie comes back in.
Yeah, I think Udogie on Sunday, and I think Spence plays midweek.
Monaco, yeah.
Monaco. I think Udoggie's going to be really crucial for this game because Villa play quite narrow and they like to compress the pitch. And I think Udoggie's creating width is going to be so crucial in this game. So I think it'll be a big mistake if he picks Spence for this one and Udogie on Wednesday. I think it needs to be Udogie in this game.
Interesting. All right. So the defence we're going for is Vicario in goal, Porro right back, Udogie left back, Romero and Van de Ven in the midfield. First midfielder who I think is definitely going to play is going to be João Palhinha, and I feel like everyone's just falling in love with this guy, João Palhinha, what he's producing for us week in, week out now.
Yeah, he's just like the first name on the team sheet, isn't he? He's so crucial, especially Villa, so combative in that middle. Boubacar Kamara, Amadou Onana, McGinn, so much strength, so much power. You need to match that. So I think João Palhinha definite has to be in there.
Yeah, now it's going to get a bit interesting in who else comes in. So, alongside João Palhinha in the middle, are we going to see a Bentancur? Because we keep saying we don't want to see Bentancur and Palhinha at home. Is Pape Sarr going to come back in? What are you thinking?
Lucas Bergvall
as well, Archie Gray.
Yes, really difficult one to call. Very, very difficult one to call. I would like to see Bergvall next to Palhinha because I think the way Villa play in the transition, I think if you have a Bergvall who's able to play those quick, snappy passes and switches of play, I think that could be really valuable. And he's got the strength, I think, to play in that role. And I think he's bulked himself up a bit. He's a lot stronger than he used to be. Pape Sarr is also very good in the transition. Bentancur maybe has that strength and that solidity that can combat what Villa have in the middle as well. There's arguments for all of them. Gray, maybe deserves a start, but I don't know if he gets it in this one. I've got a feeling. It might be Bentancur, but
I've got a feeling it's going to be Pape. I think Pape, obviously, last few performances Spurs haven't been great, but I think he's just been kind of like, he had that knock and I think he's suffered for it. He has got significant game time for Senegal now. I think he played a 90-minute game, and then came on off the bench for the last 15 minutes of the last game. So with what you're saying about him being good in the transition, he's also combative in the middle. I've got a feeling he's going to try out Palhinha and Sarr, middle of the park.
But I think the way they like to play in the mid-block as well, Villa. So they're going to basically, whenever the ball goes into midfield, they're going to be on it. So you need players that are good in those moments. You need players who are good on the half turn, who can take the ball under pressure. I think having Zhao and Sarr together would be a mistake. I think maybe you want either one of Bentancur or Bergvall, who are much more comfortable just like beating a press and turning and being comfortable in that pressure. I think having Zhao and Sarr together, who are, for me, two of our least comfortable players in those situations compared to Bentancur and Bergvall.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because they play mid-block, so that area is going to be very
Congested.
Combative. Like there's going to be a lot of focus on that area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how they're going to try and win the ball in the middle. I would like to see Bergvall, you know,
I'd like to see Gray.
or Gray.
I think Gray would be perfect alongside Zhao. I don't know. I've got a feeling he's going to go for Sarr, but he could. I mean, it's a toss-up. He could go for any of
So
them.
I reckon midweek he goes probably Bentancur and Paulinho away from home in Monaco.
Yeah.
So maybe he goes Bergvall at home, tries to take it to him. That's what I think.
Yeah, we just haven't seen that from him, have we?
Not from the start, but we saw it again. Obviously, we've seen it in game and it's worked.
Yeah.
And it hasn't worked as well against Wolves, but it did work against Brighton. So I've got a feeling I'm starting to talk myself into Bergvall now. I think it might be Bergvall.
Bergvall. I mean, I'd be very happy for it to be Bergvall.
I think it's the right decision. I think it would be the right decision. But then again, if they play Amadou, Baboubacar and McGinn in the middle, if we're saying Simmons is going to be in the 10, you know, is that enough kind of physicality if we put Bergvall there? That's also a question.
I think it could be, because I think we've had those worries about going into the Villa game before, and we're thinking, oh, this Villa midfield, they're so strong, they're so aggressive, and then we've kind of been able to pass our way through them. And I think, you know, if we get good passes in the midfield, that could be the case again.
So let's go Bergvall then.
All right. We'll go Lucas Bergvall against Zhao, and then obviously that leaves us with Javi Simmons in the 10.
And he has to be playing there. I think he said, look, maybe when we were watching the game against Leeds, people were saying it wasn't that strong, but Frank said it was his strongest performance, and obviously off the back of as well the Brighton game where he was really good. So we need to see more of him in this position, in my opinion. And actually, I was watching back some of his highlights against Leeds, and maybe we didn't give him enough credit, because I thought he was maybe a bit better than we were saying, because he did have some bad moments, but there were some really good kind of turns of pace and wriggling in between players, and that little lob pass to Porro, and there was some really good stuff there from Simmons. So we need to just keep seeing him in that position, I think.
I agree. So Mohamed Kudus out wide on the right-hand side. Obviously, we know how important Mohamed Kudus is for us. Got his first goal. Hopefully, he's chomping at the bit to get back on the pitch and put another one in the back of the net.
Yeah, 100%. He's just our most informed player. Such a valuable player to us as well. Funny thing is, I would say, of all games, this could be a game for Brennan, because he does have a very good record against Villa. I'm not saying potentially instead of Kudus, I'm just saying in general. He does have a really good record against Villa. And the way Villa play this high line, very congested kind of pitch. They like to make the pitch very narrow. High line, but also mid-block. So they like to make the pitch small. But Brennan seems to always do well against them. He has a good record.
If I'm playing Brennan against Aston Villa, it's not in replacement for Kudus. It will be in replacement for a left wing or a striker.
Yeah, I'm just saying in general. I think Kudus has to play because he's just playing too well at the moment.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just thinking maybe it's just like off the bench potentially. But I think Brennan this could be a good game for him, because I think Villa do leave space for you, and he's good at exploiting.
I wouldn't mind seeing him in the 9, Brennan Johnson, or even out on the left-hand side. Because he can just pop up with a goal, particularly in a game like this. So
I don't know if he'll start, to be fair, but I do think it's...
There's a case for it. There is a serious case for it. There is.
Because you've got to remember at Villa Park, when we beat them 4-0, he scored. It was brilliant. Last season...
Did he score in the 4-1?
Yeah, I think he came on at half-time, I think. And he scored straight away and set us on for a win. So he has a good record against Villa. He has a good record against them. Remember that game when we lost him 2-1 at home, but he set up loads of chances, and we just missed loads and loads of giveaway chances. So because he just continually just makes that run in behind, and we just were finding him constantly. So I think there are some games, we know there are some games he's he's kind of anonymous and he's not made for. But I think this kind of game he is actually made for.
I think you're kind of swaying me because I was thinking Wilson Odebear on the left-hand side, but now I think it could be Brennan Johnson.
The only thing is why I would want Wilson and Tell up front is because they're playing well at the moment. They're getting that combination. They're creating a bit of a partnership. So I do want to keep that going. And we know Tell can't play on Wednesday.
I mean, they're playing okay. I mean,
they're starting to develop stuff. Obviously, they played really well. I know it was bad opposition, but they played really well over the international break. Obviously, against Leeds, they were starting to develop some rhythm. So I would want to keep that going. Keep that good feeling going, keep that connection between the two as well. I don't want to lose that, especially as we know Tell can't play on Wednesday, so that would have to be naturally broken up for Wednesday anyway. So I would want to keep it going for this game, but
you want to play the players that are more suited for the game as opposed to just.
It's a mix. There's players from who suit to the game, also players on form. You have to make a judgment call.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Odebear is massively on form. He played.
Brennan, though.
Yeah, he's playing better than Brennan,
and he's got a good rapport with the doggy, I feel.
Still, Brennan has got how many goal contributions for us, and how many has Odebear got?
Well, he's got 2.
Yeah.
Goals.
And how many has Odebear got?
No goals. Has he got any assists? I don't know.
I don't think he's got any assists either. So, I like Wilson.
It's not all about goals and assists.
No, it's not. It's about how you impact the game and hurt the opposition. And I think Wilson Odebear, he did okay. He did okay against Leeds. I don't think he blew anyone away.
I'm not saying he's undroppable, but I do think when you've got a young player who's building himself up and he's starting to play better and better, I think Wilson is. I think he's more of an asset to the team right now than Brennan in the way he connects with everyone else. Not necessarily because he's providing goals and assists, but I think having him there is making the team better. So I think maybe that's why he might continue with him.
Yeah. I just feel like with everything you're saying about how Brennan always does well against Villa, and there's big reasons for it. Maybe he starts with Brennan and then turns to Odebear in the last half an hour, 25 minutes of the game.
I think it could be the opposite.
Or it could be the opposite. It could very well be the opposite. It could start with Odebear and then turn to, because we know Brennan loves a goal off the bench as well. So. No, we'll go with Odebear. I think it is probably more likely Odebear starts on the left, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if you saw Brennan Johnson out on the left from the starting lineup.
Yeah, I just think he's going to continue with him because I think he's in a good moment. He's got a good feeling at the moment, and I think hopefully it's a matter of time before he does start getting contributing to goals and assists.
And last but not least, the number 9 toss-up between Richarlison, toss-up between Matisse Tell and Randall Kolo Muani, who is back in contention for this game.
Poor Dane, not even getting a mention.
Not even Dane. Look, Dane didn't even get a mention in the Doncaster game from the manager, so I think that's where he's at this moment in time. But I don't think Randall Kolo Muani starts. I think
he maybe will get 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, so there you go. So Muani's not going to start. So it's basically Richarlison against Tell. Tell is the one that scored last game, had a decent game overall, hit the woodwork as well. So I think he's going to carry on and persist with Matisse Tell up front.
And as well, he can't play on Wednesday against Monaco. So I think that kind of makes up the mind that tells, and he had a good international break. And I think the synergy between him, Simmons, Odebear is starting to build, and Kudus as well. They're starting to build a bit of synergy. So I think we want to just see where that goes, keep it going a bit. Richarlison as well hasn't been that great over the last couple of games.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to have to start on Wednesday. So I think Tell makes a lot of sense.
So, yeah, that is the lineup that we are going for. Vicario in goal, Pedro right back, Destiny left back, Van der Ven and Romero in the centre-back position. We've got João Palhinha and Lucas Bergvall supporting Javi Simmons in the midfield, Kudus on the right, Odebear on the left, and Matisse Tell up top. So that is your predicted lineup going into the big game against Aston Villa Sunday, 2:00. Let us know what you think. Are you going for this lineup? If you're going to go for a different lineup, let us know in the comment section below. But this is Frank Ball, remember. You never know what kind of surprises that he is going to spring on the day. But that is our predicted lineup. And let's push ahead and let's go to our match preview. Always a difficult game against Aston Villa. It really is. But I'm looking at our home games that we've played against them over the last few years. We've obviously lost 2 and won 1. But in those games that we've actually lost against them, we've played very well, and we've deserved more out of the game. You remember that one where Bentancur done his ACL? Well, he got a big done his ankle that day, right? With Matt, exactly.
That bastard.
But you remember, like, that day, we absolutely were tearing them to shreds. Like we were we could have been 3-0 up before Bentancur goes off injured. We didn't take our chances. I think it was the same back in Feb 2025 when we lost 2-1 as well. Like, we were really taking the game to them. We should have scored so many goals, and they kind of sucker punched us. I don't know what it is against Aston Villa. Last year we beat them 4-1, but in those 2 games when we've lost, like... So basically what I'm saying is the last 3 games we played at home, I think we've deserved 3 wins, but we haven't got them.
Well, obviously, the one was under Ange. We was really unlucky. Again, the way... We seem to always play well against Villa, it seems, I think. I know last season in that FA Cup game, we didn't, and then back end of the season when we were all focused on the Europa League, we got beat. But I think by and large, when we go toe to toe with Villa, we are usually the better team. I think we usually play better. Sometimes Villa, beat us while being second best and get a bit lucky. But I think by and large, we are the ones with superior players and we're the better team. But I like Unai Emery. I think he's a very smart manager. He's a very tactically aware manager. He changes a lot of things in game when things aren't working. He's more than happy to make a half-time tweak or substitution. He's not scared to change things if they're not working. But the way Villa like to play, for some reason, I think they like to play things quite narrow and quite compressed, and they play this quite like... this high line which basically tries to catch you offside, and it's very hard to break unless your kind of passes over the top are perfect. And I remember that game that we talked about, didn't Son score a hat-trick of offside goals?
Yeah.
In that game when we lost 2-1. This goes to show how
that was the Bentancur game, isn't it? Yeah.
That, he scored a hat-trick of offside goals that game. And that goes to show, a few of those were just inches, weren't they? Very, very tight calls. So, but if you get those passes off, we've shown we beat them 4-1, we beat them 4-0. We had strong wins against them as well once we get the tactical advantages. But I feel like when their pressing is on point and they're so aggressive, if you allow them to kind of bully you. I remember watching them once against Man City where they beat them 1-0 Villa Park, and they were just so relentless the whole game. They literally never stopped. Every time any pass went into the middle, they were onto them. Breaking up the play. And I think when their intensity doesn't slow down, they're a formidable side. But sometimes that intensity can drop off, and when their intensity drops off and they're playing this high line and this condensed way, very narrow, they can all of a sudden be found out. And I think that width that we play with, we're actually, in a weird way, the way we've been playing this season could be tailor-made for Villa. Because we've been focusing a lot down the wide areas. We've been focusing a lot in building up out wide and getting overloads. And Villa don't like that. They like to play through the centre. And they like to overload in the centre. But we avoid that area. So I think it could be a very interesting tactical battle.
Yeah, I agree with that. But you're looking at Villa as well in terms of their team news coming into it. They've got Tielemans injured. Mings is actually a doubt, and Dier, I think, has been past fit for this game. Dier, very good player. But you're looking at their turn of form over the last few weeks. I think 4 wins on the bounce now for Aston Villa. Doniel Marlon starting to really impact things. I think Morgan Rogers, after a bit of a slow start to the season, starting to perform a bit as well. They've got some really good players in there, don't they? You look at Ezri Konsa, seems to be a go-to defender for England now. He's a very good player. John McGinn, I think he's performing really well over the last couple of games. Ollie Watkins, a bit up and down this season, hasn't really hit the heights of what he's been doing over the last couple of years, but they're always a team to be mindful of the quality that they do have. What do you make out of this kind of turn of form for Aston Villa? Because it was such a dreadful start to the season, wasn't it? It's like 5 or 6 games without a win, and now in all competitions 4 wins on the bounce.
Yeah, but it is important to keep in mind it's 2 in the league and 2 in Europa League, and they've won 2 Europa League games, fair play. 2 wins against Bologna and Feyenoord, which are not easy games. But in the Premier League, if you look at those 2 games, they beat Burnley at home, fair enough. They beat them 2-1, fairly tight game, but deserved the win. Fulham at home, I watched that game. They went 1-0 down, and then Fulham had a goal wrongly disallowed, and they had a penalty, which I thought Josh King was wiped out by Martinez, and the referee booked him for diving when that should have been a penalty. So if things could have if things would have been different, that could have easily gone against them that game. They could have been 2-3-0 down before they turned it around. But fair play to them, they got the equaliser just before half-time against run of play and ended up winning the game comfortably in the second half 3-1. But that game could have been very different. I was watching that game. So, in the Premier League, I don't know if they've got 2 wins on the bounce, but I don't know. I still have doubts about them right now in terms of, is this a real turning point, or do they still have a lot of proving to do? But they are, in all comps, they are on 4 wins on the bounce, and Villa are very much a team. Once they start building momentum, they can be very hard to stop sometimes. And I think you've seen it with Unai Emery's team when they're in a good moment. Right, they can go on long runs of being unbeaten and getting wins, but all of a sudden when it turns, they can go very inconsistent form. And we've seen it with a lot of his teams. They have a lot of the times they have great first half of seasons and bad second half of seasons, and all come like March, April, they really just fall flat. And that they have these periods in the season. So they're in a good period at the moment, it looks like, 4 wins in the bounce. But before that, they were really struggling. And I think the team has got a bit stale a bit. They had a really poor summer, I felt. Their transfer business wasn't really the business of a team who was looking to kick on, was it? I felt. They lost Rashford, Asensio.
The reality is they got weaker from last year.
Yeah.
Their squad in the second half of the season, it's weaker now.
Yeah.
For sure.
Especially when you had, as you said, look at Rashford. He's doing quite well for Barcelona at the moment. Asensio was good for them. And they've lost those 2 who were on loan.
It's fair. They do have Harvey Elliott that hasn't had a look in yet.
Yeah, he's a good player. He is a good player. In terms of, he's very different to Asensio and Rashford, who are very much like they can get you the output, whereas Elliott's still a bit of a work in progress. But I do believe he's got really high potential. Don't get me wrong, I like him a lot. But I don't think you can expect him to replace the goals and assists that Rashford and Asensio were getting you probably last season straight away anyway. So
I don't even think Rashford got many goals and assists, did he?
He did, didn't he? Or in Champions League, he was getting quite a few.
Yeah, in the Premier League, I don't think he did much.
Premier League, actually, he was playing quite well though, I felt. And look, you can see at Barca, he's getting quite a few goals and assists. So I think there's an element at the moment with Villa, is just frustration all round. I reckon Emre's frustrated, the fans are frustrated.
I think this could be his last season.
Yeah, I think it will be. He's done a phenomenal job, but I think he might have hit his ceiling at Villa. Like Champions League, what was it, quarter-final last year? Got them into the Champions League via a league finish, top 4. Is he ever going to get better than that? And he's the kind of manager where once he's hit that ceiling, it's time to move on to a different challenge. And I think maybe at the end of the season, he might come to realise he has hit that ceiling.
Yeah, there might even be one point during the season where he gets sacked.
Might be.
There could be. You're looking at if the form that he showed beginning of the season kind of repeats itself and it is a common theme throughout the season, I wouldn't be surprised to see Unai Emery go. And you're looking at, I just said there were 4 wins on the bounce, right? But those wins, Burnley, Fulham, drew against Sunderland. They've got us, Man City.
They were playing against 10 men as well and 1-0 up, and they gave it up.
They got us, Man City and Liverpool over the next 3 games. I don't have them down for a win against any of those 3 teams.
I feel like a team like Villa under Unai Emery, they need to have this almost excitement and exuberance and energy about them, about the project and where they're going. I think at the moment they've kind of had a brilliant 2-3 years where they've kind of been underdogs, right? And they've surprised a lot of people, and they've put themselves in positions where they're challenging for European spots, and they've even got Champions League football, right? But now they're gone past that. Now they're expected to be in these positions, and now it's like a disappointment if they're not challenging Champions League football. Now they're expected to kick on. So I feel like that energy of that excitement of, oh my God, we're in a European challenge, that's dissipated. And now it's come with expectation. Now it's come with, where do we go from here? And with the lack of, maybe, I don't know, whether you call it lack of ambition or frustrations of the PSR that they can't spend, it's led to...
Isn't it 1 year in the Champions League only? They only had 1 year in it.
Yeah, but still, that, that's unbelievable. But they're Villa fans, after being there, they're expected to. That's where they want to be year in, year out. Last season, they did finish sixth, but they were in and there.
Missed out last day of the season. Yeah,
they were there thereabouts, weren't they? Up and which I think was why they weren't like disappointed what happened, because they got to a quarter final and they finished sixth. They were there thereabouts, or fifth was it? No, sixth.
No, they finished sixth.
They were there thereabouts throughout the whole season. So I don't think any Villa fan was like unhappy with the bigger picture, but they're expected to be in these conversations now. So it's not like some big underdog story anymore that they're in these battles. So I think that energy and that excitement of being in those challenges has sapped from them, and they're expected to kick on. And with the transfer window they had, that is not a sign of a club kicking on. That's a sign of stagnating.
When you say Villa are expected to kick on, what was the expectancy going into this season?
Well, after the transfer window, obviously the expectation is lower. But I'm just saying, every year you always want to be better than the previous year, don't you?
Of course you want to be, but is that
That's
an
the expectation
expectancy?
from the fans. It's disappointing if you don't.
Yeah, it is, but I still think, like, when you look at Villa compared to all the other clubs, because you had clubs that had really bad seasons last year and not where they should be, like Spurs, like Manchester United. Maybe Man United are still down there, but Spurs, looking to challenge this year. Newcastle, they lost Isaac, but they invested, pretty well this summer. You've got teams that are willing to go and invest. Villa can't invest because of the financial situation. So surely their fans know that, and their fans know that teams are overlapping them right now. So the expectancy can't be to keep challenging for the Champions League.
No, it's not. I'm not saying that they think they're going to be in the Champions League this season. I'm saying the excitement of like being in these European challenges, I think, is starting to sap away because they've been there now. So what's the next step? Like if it's right now they're like in mid-table and they're stagnating and they haven't had a good summer and they're not improving the team and they're relying on the same players to maybe overperform constantly, and they're expecting the manager. It's quite similar, I feel, to a lesser extent of how we were in the latter stages of like Pochettino, where it's like, okay, we got those Champions League spots and that was great, but then what's like all of a sudden that stops being exciting. You need the next step, and then we were stagnating and we were getting frustrated.
I get what you're saying.
We were lacking ambition.
I get what you're saying about, the team's got a bit stale and everything like that. But the excitement thing of getting European football, I don't think that's changed at all at Aston Villa, because they haven't been in Europe for long enough for that to go. They've only been in Europe for like a year. You know what I mean? Like, it's not long enough for that excitement to go.
Third year in a row. Conference League, Champions League.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about proper European football, which I don't really count the Conference League.
I think they did.
Yeah, maybe they did, but you're talking about Champions League, Europa League. That's where Aston Villa want to be, right? Conference League will be all right, fine, we'll take it, but it's not exactly going to excite them.
I mean, they would definitely,
because it was that was their first year back in Europe. But now they've tasted Champions League, and now they're in the Europa League. They won't take Conference League football. You know what I mean? So I think the excitement for them to be in the Europa League and Champions League is still going to be at very high levels, extremely high levels.
Of course, I'm not saying it won't be. I'm just saying there was a real, I think, collective energy around the club when they were in these battles. But now it's going to take a little bit more than that to get that energy back, I feel. And I feel the place is stagnating a bit. It's feeling a bit stale. And I can feel that frustration from the Villa fans. I can feel it. I can see it. I can see it in the way they play. They're not playing with the same energy that they were for the last two seasons. There's something not quite right at the moment.
Yeah, and I think that's just because of where the club is financially. Like, if the club were able to invest, like, it would be a different place right now. But unfortunately for them, they're just in a really bad spot in terms of PSR and everything like that. So unfortunately, the only way I can see for Villa is going the other way. Like, I can't see them sustaining European challenges and fighting for top 4, top 5, even top 6.
Let's say win Europa League maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's their only avenue. But what I'm saying is, like, the long-term future of Villa, we always said it over the last year or two, like, it's not sustainable, the way that they're spending, the wages to turnover ratio, all that kind of stuff. Like, it was just not sustainable the way. So I think the only way for them is to go back down the table. And you're looking at other teams like your Crystal Palaces, like your Newcastles, like your Tottenhams to a certain extent, because we finished 17th last season. I think all of those teams are going to start to leapfrog Aston Villa.
Well, I think they bet big last season on getting back in the Champions League, because they were spending upwards of, 90?
They missed out on goal difference at the end of the day.
I understand, but they were, 90% of their wages, of their turnover was going on wages.
Yeah.
So that was a big bet of getting back in the Champions League, and they missed out because of that horrible error from the referee at the back end against United, and that could potentially be a massive sliding doors moment for this Villa team, because the drop off in revenue from Europa League to Champions League to Europa League is massive.
Yeah,
and the fact that they bet so big with their wages and getting back in it, the fact it didn't happen, I think could lead to really bad lasting effects for them.
Yeah, I agree. But look, that's.
But in terms of the weekend, yeah, I think we need a big performance. We need a big home performance. We haven't really had one yet. I know it's only been 4 games, so I can't really sit here and I remember under Poch. I remember when it clicked under Poch. There was a game where we first had this a great performance. It was we played Everton at home. I remember Soldado scored. It was just before we beat Chelsea 5-3, and that was November time.
Didn't we smack QPR off the pitch or something?
Yeah, we did, but wasn't
that 4-0?
We did win 4-0, but that was a very bad QPR team. We still hadn't that was Poch's second game, but
yeah,
we obviously started falling flat very quickly at the beginning of that season. But I remember his first game, it really started to click, was that Everton game. We beat him 2-1. Soldado scored, and I think Ericsson scored. I remember we played really well. And then from then on, we started to really see the team connecting. And I remember that game was so significant because that was the game he banished Adebayor, he banished Kabul, he banished all these players. But what my point is, that took until November, December to happen. So I'm not saying if we don't see it in this game, we should be worried. I'm just saying I would like to see a big home performance. We haven't really seen one yet.
Yeah, of course we would like to see it, and I'm not kind of desperate for that. Obviously I'd like to see it, and I really want to see it, and I can't wait for this team to click. But I have so much faith that this team is going to click eventually this season. Literally, I've got nothing I've had more faith in in a long time with Tottenham Hotspur than this team clicking and this manager being the right manager for Tottenham Hotspur. So I just want to see us win. Get a home win. Just get those 3 points by hook or by crook. I don't care how the win comes. And if you're patient enough, you're going to see this team click at some point. So it's all about getting as many points up until that point, until we click. So I just want to see those 3 points.
Yeah, especially with the hard run we got coming up. We don't know how. Look, I know we've been quite good against good teams so far, but look, they're still good teams for a reason, aren't they? So you can't really expect to win those games. But
yeah.
So it's very important we get the win, get back-to-back wins again after the Leeds game as well. Start building up momentum again. Which, to be fair, we are unbeaten since the Bournemouth game. So as much as there have been some poor performances and even poor results in that run, we still haven't lost. And if we can start getting wins again on the board consistently, that momentum's going to build. And I think we all want to see a strong home performance. The attack's starting to click. I think we are seeing signs of that synergy being between the attackers. We're starting to see that link and that rhythm happening. Only in fits and spurts, but I think we're starting to see.
But that's how it starts, doesn't it? That's how it starts. You see it. I've spoken this season about kind of relationships on the pitch, and I think you're starting to see that build as well. And I think the more chances that Javi gets in the 10, the more relationship that he's going to build with everyone around him. He's going to start to be the hub of the team. Cast your mind back to Christian Eriksen, when he was that for us, where whenever Christian Eriksen didn't play, it felt like Spurs had a bad game or we couldn't create anywhere near as many chances. And that's what I want to see Javi Simmons evolve into. And I firmly believe he can evolve into that. I feel like as well, like this season so far, the majority of our players all come down the right-hand side, which makes us a bit predictable. They can, double, triple up on Kudus. And, that doesn't mean they're going to stop him because he can get past anyone. But I want to see us being a dual threat through the middle, down the left and down the right as well, and we haven't seen that as of yet.
I think we are starting to see it. I agree we haven't seen it as consistently. I think Porro and Kudus have quite a good rapport down the right hand side, and that's where the majority of attacks have come.
I think you've seen it improve. You've seen it improve more since Udogi's been on the left.
Yeah, 100%. I think Odegaard and Udogi are starting to form quite a good partnership down that left hand side. We're starting to get in a lot more down the left ever since Udogi's come in. And I think we're starting to be a lot more of a threat since Xavi's come into the centre as well. He's starting to do things from that area which we weren't doing before. So I think the attacks are still consistently more effective down the right than centre and left, but we are starting to see more of a threat in those areas than we were, I think, in the earlier parts of the season.
Yeah, no, it's not wrong, but I would just like to see more. And it will click eventually, like I keep saying. Like, it will definitely click eventually. But what else do I want to see in this game? I want to see some more Porro goal contributions, man. Like, the guy's got so much quality, and last year it felt like he was getting goal contributions all the time. It just hasn't happened too much this season.
Well, it's funny to say that. I remember we were having a conversation last season, probably around November time, and he hadn't had as many at that point as he did the previous season. And then I think he had quite a few second half of the season, and he ended up with like 10. So, look, as a fullback, I think over the course of the season, if you get 10 goal contributions, I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm sure he'll get something around that.
I just know, like, with Pedro Porro, like, with the quality that he has, I think he could be getting over that, like more than 10 goal contributions. That's how good he is, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's got unbelievable ability. You should see the amount of chances he was creating for Spain over the weekend, over the international break. What a talent. And I think he's going to cement himself as the best attacking right back in the league over the course of the season.
Yeah. I think, like, as well, like, it's important for Spurs fans, just to whoever's going to the game on the weekend, just like, even if it's not clicking and we're not playing unbelievably well, I think we need to stamp out these kind of moans and groans and negative atmospheres at grounds and at stadiums. I know we all want things here and we all want things now, but you can see this club and this team is going in the right direction. And I think it's only positive things. And you see how hard we are to beat right now. Like, when's the last time we've been this hard to beat? Can't even remember. And it probably has been post-Poch, maybe the first 6 months of Antonio Conte, but
yeah, we're very hard to beat.
We're really so hard to beat. Even if it's not so pleasing on the eye, we're going to get there eventually. You got to build it brick by brick. Nothing just comes instantly.
If you remember those early days of Poch, it was very stodgy, really stodgy before it started clicking.
And when things do come instantly, it's very likely it's probably going to fall away quickly as well. I feel like you just need to build things slowly, calmly, surely. We've got a good manager in which knows the way he wants to go.
Well, I guess that's what happened the last two of our managers where it did come instantly with Conte and Ange. They both started really well, and then it kind of fell away.
Fell away pretty quickly.
Obviously, Ange ended well, but it fell away, and it wasn't. They couldn't keep it up for more than however long.
But a lot of people were saying in the first 10 games of Ange, like, the way we're playing is not sustainable. That's what a lot of people were saying. But I think the way Spurs are building right now, I think we're building in a way that is sustainable. We're building in a way where it's really hard to kind of beat us.
I think we're playing well. I would say if we keep playing like this, I don't think it's sustainable to keep getting the results we're getting playing the way we are. I think we need to be better, for sure. But I think there is hope we will be a lot better.
No, but there are signs that we're getting better and better. That's the point.
Yeah.
Where, as Ange, we were playing really well the first 10 games, but then it all kind of fell apart, obviously with injuries and everything like that. But it did fall apart. And I just don't think it will fall apart under Frank just because we're so solid. We're such a solid unit. So I just feel if we keep adding strings to our bow in the forward line, with Javi getting more acclimatised. João Palhinha is such an unbelievable signing for us. We've got good players, and you look at every other manager that has come in here, they've always had bad eggs to like kind of get out the door. I don't think we have that. Frank has come into a dressing room where I feel like everyone's on the same page.
No dickheads policy.
No dickhead. He's come in and there's no dickheads to get rid of.
The only one to get rid of left on the 4th of September.
Yeah, who was that?
Daniel Levy.
Exactly. So I'm so excited about the future of this football club. You know, on and off the pitch, from boardroom level to players that we've got of this club, to future signings that we're potentially going to be making, to the manager. Paratici's back in the frame. I mean, I think that if you're looking at Spurs, and I don't think like the outside of Spurs, like fans outside of Spurs around the Premier League are thinking about that right now. I think they're still kind of thinking, oh, it's just Tottenham. It's going to fall apart at some point. But I think that for the majority of people inside of Tottenham, I think are very excited about what's to come. And I'm no different. I'm so delighted the way things are going. And things are going to keep building and building and this season. And I think Spurs could potentially do something special this year.
I thought you were going to say something outrageous for a minute. But yeah.
You thought I'll win the league?
Yeah. I thought you were going to say, could mount. I was like, oh, no, don't go there. Yeah, I think, I said at the beginning of the season, I think first half of the season, he's going to be working things out. It's going to take time. And if he can keep getting results like he is on the way, that's brilliant. I think we're only going to really hit our stride properly, second half of the season.
I agree with that.
And we're going to see how, the real potential of this team. That's why I think we could make a really good go at the FA Cup. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that FA Cup thinking we can maybe, if we can finish in the league 4th or 5th and have a real good go at the FA Cup, that'd be an amazing season.
No reason. If we could go to Newcastle and somehow beat Newcastle at St James's Park in the Cup, Carabao Cup's there for us as well.
Domestic double. I mean, let's not start talking about that. Look, it's not long ago we were absolutely shut the bed against. I know we came back. We weren't very good against Bodo. We weren't very good against Wolves. So we need I want to see more. I know things are getting better.
That's the positive thing, though, isn't it? Like, even when we're playing really bad, we haven't lost those games.
Agreed, and that's good. But I still need, I need to see. I know Leeds was better, but I still need to see. I'm not before I can say things are better. I need to see them being better. I am confident they will get better, but I can't sit here and say we're gonna win the Carabao. We're gonna go to Newcastle away unless I'm seeing things being better on the pitch first.
But last season, if we were to perform terribly, we'd never. There's no chance we go and get anything out of the game. We would probably get beat 3 or 4, 2 or 3. You know what I mean? At least now, we're staying in games, and even when we're playing poorly, you don't lose the game. And that's what you got to do. If you can't win the game, you just don't lose it. That's what you got to do. And I think Spurs are doing that so well so far this season. And yes, we all want to see free-flowing attacking football and easier football on the eye. We're not seeing that right now, granted, but that will come.
But we saw with Liverpool, the performances catch up with them, they start losing, and that can easily happen with us if we don't improve. Is my point. So we need to keep improving. But I do think there are signs we are improving. But I'm just saying, my only point is, yes, we're maybe getting good results, or better. We're not losing sometimes when we're not playing well, which is good, but we can't keep not playing well.
Agreed. It's like I said, it's you got to build it brick by brick, and I think you're looking at performances like the Brighton game, which I thought we performed really well in. Should have taken 3 points. The Leeds game, I thought that was another step forward. Yes, there's been steps back in there as well, but it's all a learning process. It's all a process of moving forward, and it's just about keep building, keep imprinting Frank's ideas onto the team. His first job was to make us hard to beat. His first job was to get us that structure. I feel the structure's there. His next job is to make us more of a dynamic opposition, more of a free-flowing team, more of a dangerous opposition where we can create chances at will. That hasn't come yet, but it will come.
Agreed. And I think Frank's spot on when he says, you look at the front 4 players, they're all new. They all need time to understand each other, and that's what all attacking players are. It's all about relationships, knowing when he's going to make the run, knowing how he likes to be played in. Does he like the ball to feet? Does he like a ball in behind? All these different things. That takes time to learn, and then not only time to learn, but then for it to become second nature, knowing where he's going to be when and where he's going to be. That takes time. That doesn't happen, in a few games. That happens months. That takes months to really for it to be like the back of their hand.
Second nature.
That takes a while, especially for forward players. Defensive organisation is different. That can be learned a lot quicker than
as we've seen.
I think that's why what do every manager who's battling relegation and comes in to firefight, what's the first thing they all do is let's get organised. Defensive organisation, because that's the quickest and easiest way to get your team hard to beat, and it's the most efficient way you can start getting points on the board. It's just getting organised at the back. That's always the quickest thing. The hardest thing is getting your team to play great football and fluidity and understanding and all that kind of thing. That's always the hardest thing and the longest thing.
Yeah, and you look at the great managers, right, of the Premier League of recent years, and I know they needed time to build their teams in terms of players, but they needed time to imprint their ideas. You look at Jurgen Klopp, it took him a while to get to, his tactics across with free-flowing football. Pep Guardiola as well. Like these kind of managers, they took time to imprint their ideas.
Even Arteta, for that real good football, took about 3 years.
Well, even though he's gone the other way now.
I know, but that first season they challenged for the title, they were playing really good football. That took 3 years.
Yeah, but I think a good point as well. Like DJ Greenalert here says, defense builds confidence, and the longer we can go, being hard to beat with this structure, not losing too many games, that will breed confidence.
Yeah,
and that will breed the mentality.
Leaky, I felt we've become a bit leaky in the recent games.
Yeah,
which needs to be rectified. But yeah.
Yeah, we can't keep clean sheets every game.
I'm not saying just clean sheets like Bodo, the chances we let in that game.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
What other games there were? What's it called? Leeds, probably, especially in that first half, too many chances. So, being a bit too like Wolves in that second half. So, just a bit too leaky, but look, he's finding the balance.
Yeah, exactly. So, score prediction?
I'm going 2-1 Spurs.
Yeah.
I think we'll win. I think I reckon there's going to be periods where we're balling and we're playing great football, and there's going to be periods
football, yeah.
Yeah, I think
great football.
I reckon
Come on.
there's going to be periods where we're playing really good football, but it's going to be fits and spurts. It's going to be maybe first half, and maybe we'll take a goal or two lead, and then there's going to be periods when we're under the cosh and we're kind of Villa are physically dominating us, and we can't play through the middle, and they're dominating that middle area, and then I see them getting a goal back and us being under pressure, and I think we hold out for a 2-1 win.
I'm going to go for 1-0. I think Spurs are going to restrict Aston Villa. I think we'll probably nick a goal from a set piece, or maybe a counter-attack on the transition, something like that. And look, I think it's going to be a very tight game of football. We haven't shown that we can perform at home yet, but we need the 3 points. We just need to start going on a run at Tottenham, at home, and gather a bit of momentum. And I think, like I keep saying, we'll build, and the free-flowing football will come, and the attacking football will come. But for this game, just get out of there with 3 points, and that's all that matters, in my opinion, this weekend. So I'm going to go for a tight 1-0 win. Sim is going for a tight 2-1 win. Let me know in the comment section below, what is your score predictions for the game. And that is our match preview, people. We got Brian Daigle and Iggy in the studio for you guys on the watch along. So come and tune into them on Sunday, 2 p.m. kickoff. We've also got the post-match fan show, where it's your chance to have your say. So very much looking forward to seeing all of you guys give your opinions on the game, on the 3 points in the post-match fan show after the game. Now, we are going to be looking at James Madison's quite unbelievable YouTube video that he put out, I think, in the last few days now. I think it was 4 or 5 days ago, 6 days ago. So this video is basically covering his rehabilitation from the ACL injury. Some quite unbelievable stuff in the video. So we're going to go through it and give our reaction. So let's kick it off.
Yeah, this is only 40% of the video or whatever.
It's an hour long. Yeah, it's an hour long video. We've chopped up into 20 minutes.
The full video, go over to Madison's channel. It's really, really great, but this is just going to be reacting to some of it.
One of them, innit? He's such a nice sound guy. But you just don't ever want to see him.
Who's that?
I want to ask him about, obviously,
how
his
agent, maybe.
position a little bit. No, not in like a blaming way either. Like, you know, just been tough to get my head around it, man. You know, like, my mum gets upset and like, you know, she sees me down and I'll just see her upset, and it's just like, obviously I got told 2 days ago after I had the scan that it was obviously kind of like the worst possible scan really. But then you get like, you'll be like 5 minutes, you'll be crying, you think, you know what, I feel better, I've got the kids around me and that. And then like your phone's getting bombarded. And then it's like, oh yeah, got a massive knee injury, like reminder. Felt good. Yeah. Felt strong, I was training really well. Like the day before the game, I trained so well. Now, looking back, I just think like you just can't replicate like the match intensity. You know, like even the game against Newcastle, it's a pre-season game, but it's like the intensity's so high, and like I come on and I'm pressing straight away. That's how I did it. I obviously did a really high intensity like deceleration and try and change direction in the same movement, and then just felt like I knew straight away. It's like a pop. It's like a pop and like a.
It's mad, isn't it? He's saying, like everything, like before he came back, he felt good, he felt strong, and sometimes you can't predict these things. It just happens.
Just comes out of absolute nowhere, and it's so frustrating for particularly James Madison as well, because like I feel like his career has always been just so stop-start, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been
goes and comes.
Especially at Tottenham, he's been 3 months, had an ankle injury.
But it's been the same at Leicester.
Leicester as well. Yeah, it's been really unfortunate, but how, like, obviously he came back. He had that bad knee injury last year against Boda, and then he comes back and like you take all the precautions. Like how do you learn lessons from that? Did he come back too soon? Is that just something that can happen? Like, it's so difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to say, but I don't think it's something about coming back too soon, because it's a completely separate injury.
It's not. ACL is in part of the knee, isn't it?
Oh, was it? Sorry.
So,
maybe he did. I don't know then.
Yeah, it's so tough.
Is that the knee though? Was it the same knee?
No, you know what? I don't know. Don't know for sure, to be honest.
Don't know.
There's obviously Destiny, who also had a knee injury, didn't he? So I've probably seen the same guy.
Oh boy, good. Not really. You right? I literally just said to Lee, Andy, that you're such a nice guy, but you're the nice guy that you never want to see.
I can sit and relax based on data, i.e. I've done so many. I give you percentages, etc., and the percents are very good. And you should be fine. I've not seen anything on your scan that worries me. Not to take in over the last, 36 hours probably.
Yeah, very emotional.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Poor guy, man.
He said ever since he's had kids, he's like really become a lot more in touch with his emotional side. Like, he's much more like willing to show his emotions and stuff like that. And yeah, imagine hearing when you're a professional footballer and you just love playing football that you know what he's about to hear. It must be so heartbreaking.
Yeah, but it's also off the back of missing the Europa League final as well. And you're part of the celebrations. You never played the final. Everything that you've wanted to do in your life, like, kind of gets to that moment of that Europa League final, and you've done so much to help the team to get there. He misses out through injury, and then he's chomping at the bit to get back under a new manager, blah, 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 and then straight away, first game, pop.
ACL. And maybe that exuberance to get back maybe did lead to him coming back too soon, and maybe they missed something a while before he came back.
I do.
I obviously did the partial.
Exactly.
And I didn't have any swelling at all, really.
Which is a good sign.
What is the surgery? So you're obviously just gonna like.
So I'll take you through it.
Yeah.
First of all, it's a general anaesthetics. You'll be asleep for the operation. So I can really examine the knee carefully, particularly looking at that inside of the knee. Making a scar at the front of the knee to take some of that tendon gives you the strongest ACL. I've also learned that if I tighten up the tissues that got stretched on the outside of the knee when this happened, the re-tear rate in pro football is down to 2%. That means there's a 2% risk of breaking again, but that's very low.
And with everything, Andy, like what you've looked at and the scans and that, the recovery time will just be like a normal ACL, what we all know.
Yeah,
like,
so average is about 8 months, but the quickest is about 6 months. There's nothing there that worries me.
Basically, I thought should be fine from the partial.
Quickest is 6 months. So what would that be if it was 6? July, August, September, October, November, December, January.
Yeah.
No way.
I don't think there's a chance of January.
Although he says he looks like he's looked like, and compared to other people with ACLs, he looks like one of the better ones, like in terms of his condition. So if there was one person to be quicker, maybe he's in that category. Who knows?
Maybe, but I've never seen anyone return from an ACL that quick.
Dragoshin, he's back on the grass.
When did he pop his?
April? No, sorry, no, February.
Wasn't it more than that?
February,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
So what was it? February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September.
And now we're October, yeah, 9 months. There was one player, I can't remember who it was. I think it was it Scalvani from Atalanta? I remember he came back from ACL and ridiculously quick. It was like 5 months or something.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy, but
He
it's
came
rare.
back like better than ever as well.
Yeah,
didn't
it
he?
was really rare. I remember Wirtz, he came, I don't know if it was, I think he was out for a year, but he's obviously come back and been really good. He had an ACL. But yeah, 8 months, they're saying, so that would be March.
If he does come back in March, could he make that World Cup squad?
I mean, he would have to have one hell of a March, April, May, wouldn't he?
Yeah, because obviously England got so many players in that position.
I mean, you never know, but I would say I wouldn't
Highly
be looking.
unlikely.
Yeah, I wouldn't be looking at World Cup squad if I was
I probably
him.
wouldn't want him to be in the World Cup squad, to be honest.
No, be a bit too much.
With how we did it, you know what I mean, with the advice and stuff.
You did nothing wrong. You know, usually get away with it, not always. You know, this may have happened with that manoeuvre anyway. There was obviously something that was the same sort of manoeuvre that put the ace under stress.
Thank you.
Not at all.
The surgery was a big success. Nothing else was damaged apart from the ACL, so trying to look at the positives.
Oh.
Oh, they played so well. Stodan Kulisevsky.
That must be frustrating as well, watching games at home knowing you can't do anything about it when you're probably going to would have been one of the main players in the team, part of the leadership group as well.
Yeah,
That must be such a difficult part of being a footballer when you're
100%.
in
That's
long-term
probably one of
injury.
the worst bits.
Especially like him, he loves to be involved around the players, or you can see it.
But the thing is with Madison, right? 100% true what you're saying about how hard it is, but the kind of traits that he's shown since being out injured, encouraging his teammates, still being wanted to be in the thick of the action, all the tweets and the messages on social media that he's sending, like he has shown such leadership qualities since being out.
100%.
Hey. You alright, mate? All good? Yeah, I'm in a bit of pain, to be fair, but...
Him and Decky, the knee injury. Twins at the moment.
Yeah. First few nights been painful, bro. You all know. Thank you again, bro. Seriously, no, in Korea, because you and Kuki came in and sat with me. My head was all over the... You know, I think probably because you've experienced it as well. But I appreciate that a lot, bro. You sat with me and I appreciate it a lot, bro. You're a good friend, man.
But you don't take the medicine, only ligament. So
Yeah.
you don't need like 9 months like me.
Oh, yours is meniscus as well? Okay, yeah. Yeah, hopefully this is positive for me, like only ACL, you know. But bro, thank you, man. Honestly, I appreciate you a lot.
So he's saying, Rodrigo's saying his one was more serious. And obviously, he's someone who went through it, isn't he? And obviously that's really nice to hear. He was like comforting him in career after it happened. That's like really nice to hear. But it's interesting him say that. So obviously Rodrigo, I remember he got injured in like February, wasn't it? Just after the World Cup against Leicester. Then he came back in like October time against Palace, I remember. It was at Selhurst Park, wasn't it? Before he started that game against Villa. So that was like 9 months.
9 months. But also with Bentancur, we still haven't seen him return back to that form that he had pre-ACL.
Yeah, but I do think that isn't just because of the ACL. I think there's so much happened in between him getting back and then coming back to play. Like he had that ankle injury, which was out for another 2-3 months.
But you
just
could
after
see
coming
physically
back.
as well, he wasn't at the same levels when he came back.
Well, he was, and he got injured.
that one game, true, it was.
It was only for 20 minutes. So,
Yeah.
But I guess how much can you read into 20 minutes? But
Yeah.
he was
We'll
brilliant.
read into a lot, mate.
He was brilliant. Then he got a two. How much that? Imagine coming back from an ACL, and then your first start, you're then out for another 2-3 months. How much toll that probably takes on you physically and mentally?
Yeah. I think probably mainly mentally, to be honest.
Yeah, mentally. That must be like such a massive blow to your recovery. Because he came back looking fitter than ever. He was probably focused solely on that moment, starting a game, like fully focused on that moment. And that moment comes, and you're injured for another 3 months because of a stupid tackle on your ankle.
Yeah.
Like, that must take a big toll on you.
100%.
And then he had concussions. He had that 7-match ban for those stupid comments he made. So I think there's other factors rather than just the ACL that probably contribute to it. Obviously, the ACL must contribute to him not returning to form as well. But I think it's just a myriad of things.
Yeah, true.
Ombo, you alright? Hey, you play well the other night, huh?
I'm fit now, bro.
You fit now, huh? Not like the 1K.
Rishi's acts like he doesn't know what he's saying.
No, I don't think so. It's too difficult, bro. Very, like, to even just to come here today is just. I watch from home. Watch the pigeon from home. All right. You're my favourite player in the group at the minute. Yeah. You look sharp as. You look good. I'm all right, bro. It makes me feel better when you play like the other night. I think you can get 15 goals this season.
Yeah, you told me.
I want you. Yeah. Promise. Promise. 15 goals, I'll get you a gift. All right.
And that is why he's in the leadership group. Shit like that, younger players, bigging them up, knowing how to, motivate them. And I'm sure he does this, throughout his time. And clearly everyone, chats to him like that. In the training, everyone's very comfortable around him as well. He's the life of the dressing room. And you can see always like bigging up the younger players.
It's mad to
15
think-
goals for start of the season, what do you reckon?
You never know. 15 goal contributions, maybe. About 15 goals, maybe all comps. But yeah, it's great leadership ability. And you think about Madison, because I still think of Madison as like a new player kind of thing. Like only joined us, first summer.
2023, yeah.
First summer of Ange. Where you look at it actually, I know Sar's been here longer and Romero's been here longer, and he is one of our longest serving players.
Yeah, this is his third season. Decky's been here longer, Bentancur. But there's a lot of new players in there as well, a lot of young players as well. And here's another new one.
Kudos. You're right, bro.
Just shout.
My boy, what are you saying? How's that ankle, all right?
That's not good.
What did he say?
As good as can be. And he seemed like disappointed. He's like, as good as can be.
Yeah, but I mean, when was this taken? This was just after PSG.
Yeah. And
So-
he's still out.
Yeah.
It's not great, is it?
No, and we don't know when he's coming back.
Yeah, and he seems to have not healed properly. It's worrying.
A guy that-
Seems like he knew about this problem back then.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, thanks for all the gifts and that, bro. You didn't have to. Leo's buzzing, man.
How's it feeling now?
Really painting forward at the minute, yeah, like. Young Swede. You ready for tomorrow or what?
Yeah, I did the cryo.
Good lad.
Don't shoot the water, pass to me, huh?
Who shouted that?
Rishi. That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
He scored 2 goals that day.
He did.
Richie.
He did.
All right, my boy. Good. What are you saying?
I'm good, I'm not too bad.
Start of the journey, innit? I've got to just kind of accept the situation, and I've had like kind of my period of feeling sorry for myself. You know what I mean? Listen, stuff that makes me feel better is when I text you, show me on the big stage against PSG that 1v1 you're one of the best in the world, and you do it. That makes me feel better. Hola, capitano.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, good, bro. You right? Hey, bro. I said to Rodrigo earlier as well, thank you so much, bro, for in Korea. You and Rodrigo come into the changing room.
He's so
Because
touchy.
my head was in a different world, you know?
Your family,
Yeah. But I appreciate you coming to sit with me, bro, until I was all right, man. Seriously, I won't forget that. Appreciate it, bro.
And I like what you said to Spence. Things are making me better. You show me you're the best one-on-one defender. in the
He is,
world.
mate. He's one of the best one-on-one defenders for sure.
Great. And as we said, that's a player that, you know, was out of favour not long ago. Now, you know, Madison's beating her up as well. I love that.
Hello, mate. You really good? Yeah. You're right, brother.
And by the way, he also said El Capitano to Romero before it was officially known that he was going to be the official club captain, wasn't it? Because he wasn't named official club captain.
He was. Was it before or after he signed the contract? He was named captain.
After, I think, or was it before? I can't remember when it was, but
I think he. No, before PSG. He must have been.
No, because he was captain for PSG, but he wasn't the official club captain at PSG.
I think the leadership group. That was only recently.
No, the captain as well. I think the captain got announced on the eve of the season, didn't it, on that Friday night?
Oh, he said, didn't he? He said you're gonna find out, didn't he?
Yeah, and did we play on Sunday?
Playing Saturday.
We played on Saturday. Wasn't it the Friday night? Or maybe the Saturday morning of the game?
No, it would have been the Friday, I think. I can't remember exactly.
13th of August. That was the day of the game.
That's the day of the game.
Yeah, it was the morning of the game that Romero was named captain.
Well, I'm sure maybe they must have known inside.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Long throws in full fruition the other night, wasn't it? Hola, mi amigo.
They killed the man, but not the project, huh?
Hola, mano. Todo bien? Yeah.
What did Spencer say? He said they killed the man, but not the project. He said he was talking about Dante's long throws.
Oh, was it? I didn't get what he said there.
If you hear it, you kind of hear in the background, wasn't he? So he's talking about his long throws.
Tell you what, the long throws in full fruition the other night, wasn't it? Hola, mi amigo.
They killed the man, but not the project, huh?
Hola, mano.
What
Todo
are you
bien?
talking about?
I don't know. Or maybe someone brought up Pulis or something.
Yeah, the worst day is meant to be today, apparently. But the cameras are following, so putting on a brave face. Ah, the mandem, the real mandem. My boy. All right, son. You had a little trim there?
I had a little trim like that. Said he's gone for the mother's mullet. It's in your honour.
Not dead. Who's going to sit in my seat on the away trips then? On the coach?
On the coach?
Because I noticed that obviously him and Ben had joined forces on the plane, which was a dagger, quite sharp after the injury. I mean, I just thought maybe just leave.
He wants his space just to be kept free.
Exactly. No one takes his space. Brilliant.
Be empty just for. Oh, is he sat in it really? Headphones straight in.
No.
There's no chance he'll talk to you for the whole plane like I do.
Oh no, I don't say it's in one plane. I'm still be on the plane.
The last...
Have you? Alone? Yeah, that's what I mean, raw dog alone. Oh, that's never been you, that. Me and Brennan we'll have a flight. We won't watch anything, we won't music, we'll just talk the whole time. Yeah, I love that.
That's jokes. So it's no entertainment. Do you reckon Brennan just, what's it called, he actually wants to talk, or just Madison loves chatting to him? So he's like, what's that, Madison? And he has to like, take
Nah, that's it. You know what? You know when you just sit next to this random guy on the airplane and he just chews your ear off like the whole flight. That's Madison.
He seems like the guy you just can't sit still, can he? He has to like be talking or moving or something.
He likes human interaction.
Yeah.
That thing that you sent me, bro. Seriously.
That's you.
I absolutely loved it. It was when he done his Achilles, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did.
And
Yeah, but it's good to hear from someone.
no, I know, bro.
I know you go through the same.
And when you sent it me, it was still quite fresh. I was still like, proper emotional about it. And like, I was just watching it, like fucking crying. Here comes the serious talking. Where I've got a couple of questions.
Yeah, no problem. I know you're in more pain than you're letting on, mate, but you're remarkably good for someone to stay free.
I'm probably actually more sore on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing you have pain for is where obviously the ACL doesn't really hurt, because the ACL is just a new ligament that they've made. Or what hurts is where they drill through the bone. So they've effectively drilled through the bone in this angle, and now you've just got exposed bone. So it's like having a fracture.
Jesus.
It's just you've got exposed bone, and that's the nerve end that are really, really sore. So anytime you move, then you just kind of touch.
I've got exposed bone. Why? Because they put the ligament in both sides.
So they, yeah, I'll show you a video if you haven't seen it. So they make two like boreholes through the bone, and then they feed the ligament through, and then plug the holes, and that becomes your new ACL.
Yeah, I did have that question. Obviously, because I'm quite hypermobile. Yeah. Well, I won't be like that anymore. Do you think? Or?
We probably won't know until a bit later down, but normally in lots of footballers you will push to get extension back to 0, but actually you probably know the hyperextension adds risk, so we're not going to push for you to get all the hyperextension.
Yeah. No, so I won't.
I reckon you'll get some because
naturally,
just how you are, but not as much as your left side.
Well, I've already looked, like 8 months probably, if it's say 8 months like you said, say 6 months isn't a question. Because I don't want, the stage I'm at now, this obviously just needs to be right now. I'm 28, I'm going to be 29 when I return, like I'm in my prime really, these are my peak years going to be ahead of me. I need to come back and I need to stay fit away from this injury. So I'm actually not going to be pushing to say, oh, why are you taking so long kind of thing. But if it gets to like 8 months and we're flying, whatever, that will allow, if I'm back in the right frame, that will allow me to play this season, won't it, towards the end?
Yeah. That's so he's saying even if he's back after 6 months, he's going to wait till 8. And I think he's taking no risks, mate, no chances. And I think that's the right thing. As he said, he's getting an ACL at that age. I know Perisic came back and he did a bit, but at that age when maybe your body doesn't heal, maybe as everybody's different, but like doing it, when you're getting nearer to 30 comes with probably certain risks and complications, I assume.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure that he's available for his best years. And that's the smart approach to take.
Yeah, because it's difficult. Some, ACLs, for a lot of players, it can ruin, in some circumstances, it can ruin players' careers. So he wants to make sure when he comes back, he's at his best and he comes back as good as he was when he left and not take any chances. And that's the right thing to do. Absolutely right thing to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just a small injury this one, won't be a sec. No sympathy. I wouldn't want it any other way.
I've been into the training ground once to speak to the doctor and the physios and see a few of the lads, but I found that quite tough, to be fair, if I'm honest, just because I don't think I was quite ready to go and like put on a brave face and just have a bit of banter, and kind of just drained me a bit, so not quite ready for that, going back into the day-to-day stuff yet, especially when I can't really do anything. So I can't even really be bothered to do this, to be fair, but I'm trying to keep something that's going to keep me motivated, or just feel sorry for myself.
So do that first. Do that first. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Then you're going to lift. Good. Nice.
Just switches off itself, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You can twitch it, but you can't hold it.
Come on, Daddy. Come.
There.
Well done, Dr. Delilah.
Just try and put that on to a level that feels comfortable. Yeah. Strong but comfortable. Yeah.
Give the likes. Please like and subscribe.
Relax.
Everyone, so it's day 13 today, post-operation. Taxi service. She's getting sick of driving me around. I'm not 100% sure, but I think today we're taking the dressings off, so we actually might be able to have a look at the scars from the operation, which is going to be quite, I'm not sure if I'm ready for that. I'm normally alright with like blood and stuff like that, but I don't know, it's just something weird when it's your own knee. Maybe even the stitches are coming out as well, but I'll try and show you.
You ever had stitches?
No.
Never? I had when I had a hernia operation, that's the only time.
I had a hernia as well, but I was very young, I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm alright. Never had any serious operations like that.
It's quite interesting, I think. I'm looking really haggard, aren't I?
I don't want to say it, but...
Hair's very long, beard's very long.
Mercy could use a bit of a trim.
Moustache could use a trim, defo. But it's just one of them things at the minute I'm just not least of my priorities right now.
Here we go. Oh, and it's coming very nice.
He's always telling me, man, to remove after...
Enjoys it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
He always love it. And it's good. You're going to...
Sorry, guys, if you're... I don't know what you're about to see.
Stop.
This man's
He's
been
just been through it.
Yeah, seen this before.
Yeah, but then let's see yours now then. Let's see yours now.
Hey. Look at this beauty.
Oh, it's healed well.
Oh.
What? It's healed. It's just healed perfectly like that. I'm bleeding. Can I see blood? Why am I seeing blood?
It's your
Just one little spot. It's normal. It's all right. It's all right, mate.
I don't see it. Come on.
Poor guy, man. Look at that.
I don't like seeing it.
Madness.
Yeah, sorry. You are going to get some pinching.
Decky is in the background there. He's also getting
Decky, with the things that he's posting on social media.
I swear it looks better than mine.
Oh man, give it a little clean, don't worry, it's just dried blood.
Actually, it looks better than mine.
Right mate, here we go.
Careful on the outside.
Alright, careful.
So that was Raju's.
Spot the differences.
Well, actually, that's exactly the same. Yeah.
You almost say it's the same surgeon.
Oh my days, the outside one's massive, isn't it? The actual stitches are coming out, which I've heard can be quite painful. So, yeah, let's just see how this goes. Andy Williams, the surgeon, he's like very thorough with his stitches. They go quite deep, and his like rate of infection is really low because of how he does the stitches really well. But the doctor said to me then it just means that sometimes taking them out because they're quite deep can be a little bit like you get some weird sensations, which I'm not looking forward to. I'm going to try and video it, but if the camera's all over the place, like just going mental, it's because I'm in pain. So.
But look, does it sometimes come out, doesn't it? So you can.
It's like
bits in there.
It's so weird. It's not. It's like I can't fully feel it, but then like it's so sensitive at the same time.
Do you think it's in? Can you feel it, or is it in your head you're feeling it?
Nah, I can definitely. It's like a sensation, but like it's numb though, because like I can't fully feel you rubbing it like that. Like that. That's like numb. I'm just gonna video and not look.
It's a team manager.
You tweezering them out, yeah.
I'm not going to tweeze them out. I'm just trying
How
to.
do you actually get the stitches out?
You have so many questions, Madison.
So it's got a knot. So you just got to cut either side of the knot to then pull it out. He's good.
I hate watching stuff like this, man.
Sorry guys, I don't know why we're showing you this.
Plasters actually help at home though with the kids because they know as soon as they just point and they say poorly knee, so they know not to like go near my knee. Should we get some lunch when we get home, buddy? Some olives? Can I have some of your olives, please? No! 71 pace, 66 passing, 42 defending. Oh man.
Proper digging into his FIFA card. I love that. He's not happy. He is not happy. I love that. 66 passing. Solanke's passing is decent.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's decent. It's much better than 66.
83 physical.
What's this?
Anti-gravity machine.
For those of you who don't know, we just take it for granted because we know. This is an anti-gravity treadmill. It basically allows you to walk without actually the body weight going through your body. You can actually choose what body weight. So I'm walking at 80% of my body weight now. I can put that up and down. So I can put that to 100 where it would just be like walking on a normal treadmill. I can put it to 0 where it'll actually feel like I'm basically walking on a cloud.
These footballers live in a different world, bro.
Yeah.
They live in a different world.
It's got all this cool stuff as well, which shows you how much weight you're actually putting on each foot. Stance time, step length. This is my first time, so I'm just like trying to get it all. That's what you're after, 50-50 really, I guess.
It helps you like ease back into injuries, so you know, up the body weight as the injury heals.
So you can still like do some exercise without, you know, putting too much stress. Yeah.
Yes.
Brennan is just a class clown. Him and Archie Gray are just like following each other around, just taking the piss out of Madison.
Every time he loads of corners, just Gray and Madison, Gray and Johnson in the corner, just like absolutely.
Two class clowns just running around causing carnage together.
Yeah.
It's when it conducts electricity enough, so it conducts the natural elements from the earth to lift up.
Periodic table.
Yes. Yeah. Aluminium.
Two proper kids, man.
Girl, put your records on.
They were doing that all throughout the pre-season tournament.
Alright, that's my day one, you know.
How am I looking?
Looking fresh, bro.
How you looking, bollocks? How you feeling? Archie Gray was like, yeah, you're looking great. Brennan just like,
I
bollocks.
bet Madison, it keeps him young, hanging around those two.
Destiny.
Yo.
Smells.
You wasn't in the first one. Oh yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, make sure you put me in this time.
Radu, drag us in.
I'm supporting.
Number 3 now.
RD3 in the cut.
RD3.
Yeah.
Come on, G.
Oh, Oh, my boy, Peter.
Madders is like the father to you too.
Yeah. What? Zach, our daddy.
I'm taking the fatherly role, but I feel like a senior, but I am. It's like me, you, and Luke. I'm like 5 years older.
He's 5 years older than Archie.
Archie, yeah.
Yeah, 18, 23. Yeah, fucking hell. He's saying he feels like a senior player. Who's older than him? Just Decky, Madison,
Vicario,
Paulinho, Bentancur, Romero.
Is Van de Ven? Probably same age.
Maybe Van de Ven. Jeez.
Solanke,
Muani. Okay, he's not that senior.
It's more of an uncle vibe.
Uncle vibe.
Another small win for Madison. Going up for some lunch with Johnson and Gray. I mean, what is that? Here, boy.
What are they doing?
Thank you, bro.
Taking the piss.
Doing nonsense. So funny.
You right?
They need a show together, Johnson and Gray, with all their shenanigans.
You?
Yeah, I'm good.
Listen, you know a new player? We signed it. Sugma.
It's taking the piss, making up a player.
Oh.
Sugma.
Like those YouTube channels. Look at that smile on Brennan. He's just
He
like,
finds it's like the funniest joke in the world.
he's like, I got him, man.
I mean, yeah, I bet players probably don't know half the people they.
I thought he was trying to talk about Muani, but Muani came much later than that.
Same, bro.
You know, life is good. I'm alright. Just living day by day, you know.
Day by day, yeah.
Day by
That's
day.
good words. Quote for the camera.
Quote for the camera.
Yesterday's the past. Tomorrow's the future. But today is a gift. That's why it's called the present.
Quote of the day, yeah?
Yeah.
Whatever you do in life, never give up.
That could be the deadest quote I've ever heard.
Gray is a joker, man.
All life. Where are you going?
I want to get a trim.
What are you doing with your trim at the minute, actually?
I will have one. I need desperately. He doesn't need.
No, you get a trim loads. How often do you get a trim, seriously?
No, every
once a week,
Once a week?
If we play Europe,
for the game?
If you play Europe, you stay only once.
Depends. Most of the time, once a week.
But you're fresh, ain't you? You're a handsome man.
Tell you as well what he's going to have tonight for dinner and what he's going to have tomorrow.
Who, him?
Yeah.
Ah, you're like regimented, like you're very...
So tonight, chicken pesto penne.
Is that what you're going to have?
Tomorrow, in the morning, porridge for sure. No, not omelette, because then we play 3 p.m. And then lunch is this bolognese.
With the chicken.
With chicken.
Yeah, you always have the spaghetti bolognese with chicken and the cheddar cheese on top.
Yeah.
Cheddar. Yeah. But anyway, back to... I'm going to zoom in. Bournemouth tomorrow. Are we sorting it out tonight?
Yeah.
I hear some congratulations is in order, my boy.
Yes, my guy. Yes, my guy. Come on, man. You already know, man. Thank you,
I
bro.
done, mate. You deserve it.
I appreciate that, bro.
Fully deserved.
Thank you, bro.
Gee!
Come on, guys, man.
Exclusive interview behind the scenes.
It wasn't me.
Alright, we'll have to bleep that out.
No, don't beep. It's raw emotion, mate. Beep. No, I'm buzzing, man. I'm buzzing.
Well done, mate. So we're here at 40th Clinic in London to see Andy Williams again. I think what he's going to say is that I've lost a lot of the quad muscle, which is natural, but my extension, which is when you straighten your leg, is pretty good.
I love seeing the camaraderie in the dressing room, like with the players
everyone
behind the scenes.
I didn't know at this
Everyone's
stage.
so close with each other.
Yeah, and you really see like they really are good friends. Like they're not just like putting on a show. It's like you can see it.
How much I should be bending, and like you're saying showing off, but I don't feel like I could go much further than you. Probably just push me there. Like
No, but you did it easily. And we're 3 weeks, I mean.
3 weeks today, yeah.
Amazing.
Take the small wins, and that was positive today. That he's happy, and I hope that he doesn't say that to all players, but he seemed really happy with like my knee and how it's looking and what we can do going forward. Get back in the water and stuff, and just progress, man. So all good. Good day.
All right, so that's it.
James Madison.
Madison on the road to recovery. Needs another one.
Huh?
Needs another video. Like,
yeah, for sure.
After that,
it really goes to show like the harsh realities of what he has to go through, and when you get an injury like that, and what effect it can take on you. But at least seems to have great support from all his teammates and everyone. He seems to be all around him, which is great.
Unfortunately, at the end of the day, this is just part and parcel of professional sport. You know.
Well, not everyone gets an ACL, but
a lot of people do get ACLs.
Yeah, nowadays, true. And it's getting more and more. But
I'm just not specifically ACLs, but long-term injuries and injuries and dealing with the recovery, and it's all part and parcel of the game.
Absolutely.
And not just football, just any sport.
Yeah.
Contact sport.
So look, I mean, he looks to be recovering well, which is really great, and he seems to be recovering at a good speed, but not going to rush him back, I don't think, the club.
No, but hopefully we'll see him at the back end of the season. He can push us on to win the FA Cup. Who knows what he can help us to do, but I can't wait till he comes back, and let's just hope that it's sooner rather than later. But if it is 8 months, then I think...
That's March time.
That's March time, so he's still going to play a significant part of the season in the business end of the season.
I mean, unlikely to be in the Champions League squad, though, is he? So,
no.
But he'll be. I don't know if he'll be in Champions League by March, but if there's a FA Cup run or run in for a Champions League spot, he'll be there.
But it's just great to see what he's documented there in terms of the emotional aspect, the tightness of the group, and just everything. It's just a really amazing video. And if you want to see the whole thing, go to Madison's channel, a whole hour long. We've just snipped it up there for a 20-minute segment. But,
there's a lot more stuff in there, so go check it out on his channel.
Video. There you have it. That's us reacting to the Madison video, and that is us over and out for today. We'll see you all. Well, you won't see us again now till Monday, people. But thank you everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.